Congratulations to you and your success, self-made media mogul there in Columbia, South Carolina. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for anyone like you who has built their own brand and has really pounded the pavement. I'll tell you, Chris, when I got started in media, it was like 2005, right? I bought my own show, Chris, and I bought 1 hour a week in Orlando, Florida, and it cost me $1,000 a month. This was in 2005, right? I bought the show, Chris, 3 months before it began, right? And so I didn't owe any money until we were on the air, which gave me 3 months of time to sell the show. Chris, if I didn't have that $1,000 made up in sponsors in 3 months, I had no show. Right. So I'm going around and I'm telling area businesses, look, these other people want your money. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm out to pursue my dream, man. If this advertising doesn't work for you, my dream is dead. So I have a whole new level of motivation to make this work. And man, over a period of time, we sold out the show. And because we sold out the show, then the station owner caught his eye and he brought us on full time. We hosted evening time, ESPN radio in Orlando. And in 2009, we were named the best sports radio show in Orlando by the Orlando Sentinel newspaper. So it just goes to show you, man, those people that work in this business and you have the same drive and the same MO, they get after it, man. They get after it. They will not be deterred. And I respect the hell out of the fact that you have that drive. And I respect the hell out of your authenticity. People don't need me to name names, right? But we all know who Homer Media is, right, in our respective markets. These people, like whenever the team loses, they just post the score. You know, it'll be like Florida 6, Gamecocks 3, which we all know didn't happen because the Gamecocks swept the Gators, right? But the Homer Media just posts the score. They never post critique. They never post anything about Darla Moore. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have no respect for those people. Yeah. You know, people, your audience wants authenticity. Yeah. Your audience wants an opinion. You will grow a larger audience in the long run if you give people your opinion, even if it's not what they want to hear sometimes, and you're doing that. So congratulations.
Mark, I appreciate the kind words, man. I do agree with you. I would say people want to be challenged, and we could spend the entire show just talking about the landscape of media and how it works, everything. I think it's interesting, though. You talked about 2005. I mean, people, this is an obvious statement, but that's before social media. So you were literally going door to door, knocking on doors, cold calling local businesses. I want to go back, though, even before that, Mark, because I'm curious to hear, sort of the origin story. You're a Gator alum, of course, even though people think you're a Clemson fan, you are a Gator. Right. So you went to UF. Just talk about where did the love for media come from and radio? Did you always kind of know that was what you wanted to do? Was it something that sort of evolved for you? How did you know? When did you know, hey, this is something I want to pursue as my dream?
Well, I'll tell you, Chris, I hated the Gators. I was a Florida State fan. When I moved to Florida in 1991, I was 13, right? Across the street from me lived the most obnoxious Gator fans that had this huge Gator RV that was orange and they parked in the lot. And I wanted their punk asses to lose every single week, plus the cool kids at school like Florida State. Let's be honest, Garnet. Let's be honest. The Gamecocks have a better color scheme than Clemson does. Orange sucks.
I'd agree.
Okay. Yeah. Orange is awful. Whoever thought orange was a good color to put on things has no idea. Garnet and black is great. Garnet and gold was great. The cool kids like Florida State. Yeah. So anyway, for me, Chris, I had two passions, media and music. Right. And so I didn't like the Gators, but I toured Florida and they had one of the best media programs in the country. I toured Florida State. They told me our media program's in transition. Florida State has the great music school. So I got into the School of Music at Florida State. I got into the School of Media at Florida. And then I had a decision to make. My heart was like Florida State, man. But my head was like, man, they got a much better media program. And I think media is what I want to do. So what I did was I got a music scholarship to Florida, which sounds cool until you realize I wouldn't have gotten in without that. It works basically the same way as like a football player getting in, Right. If they want you for something, then you can have a crappy GPA and still get into a good school. Right. So that's how it worked, man. And, if I had known that I didn't really need the media degree, I definitely would have gone to Florida State, but I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that at the time. So I went to Florida, man. It took me about half a season before it was weird, man. The the first season, man, Florida was hosting Florida State, and I'm like, this is so odd. I feel like I should be rooting for Florida State, and like, is it ever just gonna take over me naturally, this love for Florida football? It eventually did, man, and then there's no looking back, right?
Yeah.